they were hoping it was going to go down. They thought it maybe 8.3. It's going in the wrong direction, as like pretty much every metric economically is. So how bad is this, and what does it mean?
No, it's super bad because it's not stopping here, and this is the problem. Every time I come on, I talk about how the Biden administration isn't changing anything, and all they really have to do is change their energy policy. They will not budge on their energy policy. I mean, they're so out to lunch when it comes to energy. Jennifer Granholm, the energy secretary of the United States, has no energy experience, none whatsoever. She laughed when a Bloomberg reporter asked her, what are you going to do about gas prices? There's a chuckle. She laughs. You know why? Because they don't know. Here's perspective. A barrel of oil right now, and every time I come on, Megyn, it's been higher. A barrel of oil right now globally is $122 a barrel. There was a time in 2020, towards the very end of Trump's presidency, it was late April 2020, it went to $10 a barrel, $10 a barrel. And we were self-sufficient in oil. So here is the worst part of the problem. At $4.98.7, which is our national average today for gas, that has to catch up to the $122 a barrel oil, because you put oil through a refinery. It's the feedstock for the gasoline. It comes out backside gasoline, heating oil, fuel oil, and jet fuel. $122 means you're probably going to exceed $6 or $7 a gallon in the United States, unless that price came down on the crude oil side. And it's not. It just continues to go higher. Another big problem here, we're going into the cooling season, the air conditioning season in the United States. The number for electricity is up 12%. So right now it's only up 12%. What happens in August is you're going to see massive spikes in your power bill. On top of, basically having to pull out a tooth to afford gasoline, your electricity bills over the summer are going to be astronomical. And their only answer is go buy an electric car. And I know everyone's talking about a $60,000 electric car, but there's a bigger problem than being able to afford an electric car. The bigger problem is right now we have 1 million electric vehicles on the road. 1 million. We have 350 million vehicles total on the road. 1 million of them are electric. If you were to double that, just to 2 million, and not even put a dent in our consumption of energy, of oil and fossil fuels, it wouldn't put a dent in it. Double it to 2 million, we would never, ever be able to power up those someone was just talking to me. Never be able to power up those vehicles. There's just not enough power. There's not enough sourcing of power. And again, all that
like
power,
the batteries and where you plug in, and you need that all over the place. You need it at the gas stations, you need it at the rest stops, you need it every place so the cars can keep going.
Oh yeah, but here we're going to have rolling brownouts. Or New York and California are already telling us this summer, get ready. You're going to have blackouts and rolling brownouts to be able to get power to people continuously, but they'll be blocked without pushing an electric vehicle agenda that they're pushing so hard right now. They're fools. They don't know what they're doing. And again, the biggest component of inflation, and they don't get this, they're not getting this, is energy, U.S. energy. It's not Russian oil. It has nothing to do with Russian oil. Joe Biden was sworn into office on January 20th, 2021. $2.39 was a gallon that day. It's never gone down. It's 108% higher right now, but it never went down. So them saying it's Putin's fault because the last $1.20 is Putin. Well, guess what? The other $3 were on them. It's insane. It's like the referee blowing a call in the fourth quarter, and you're blaming the referee, but you lost 50-0 anyway.
That's a good analogy. So yesterday we had on Ryan Grimm to talk about Joe Biden's mental health. It wasn't anything about gas, but he was mentioning, and he's a left-leaning person. He's of The Intercept, a totally fair guy. But his take on the oil problem, the gasoline problem, was we're going to be in this predicament until the Saudi prince decides we're not going to be. And what do you make of that? Because I know there are some people who say, look, the Saudis haven't been working for us. They're not backfilling what we lost when we did the Russian embargo, the sanctions, which I realized was only a single-digit sacrifice on our part. But they're saying the Saudis control the spigot, and right now we don't really want to deal with the prince. We'll only deal with the old man, the king, because we don't really like the prince, who, Jamal Khashoggi, the Washington Post journalist, appears to have been murdered by or at his instruction. In any event, it's complicated because we need the Saudis to some extent on a number of fronts. And he was basically blaming these gas prices on the prince, the Saudi Arabian prince. What do you make of that?
Yeah, so the only reason why the prince matters or the mullahs in Iran matter or anywhere or the dictators in Venezuela matter is because we've gone off being self-sufficient in energy. It's extremely simple. There was a point in 2020 where we were completely self-sufficient. We were not importing a single barrel of oil or products. We were actually exporting our excess. That's why oil went to $10 a barrel. We had so much, we were exporting. We were oversupplied. Now, with the pulling back of the Keystone Pipeline and all the other, making it more difficult for oil companies to produce oil, making it more expensive for them to produce oil because of regulations and a really unfriendly business climate under the Green New Deal squadsters, oil companies produce less. And now we're importing 7 million barrels of oil a day. Russia was only a couple 100,000 barrels. It had nothing to do with it. So now we do, yes, we have to go beg, and Biden's got to go, bow and beg to the OPEC oil cartel, gangster cartel, who are holding it over our heads. But we didn't have to do this. They would solve every single one of their problems. You know what the weird thing is? They might even salvage a midterm election or a presidential election if they just started pumping oil. But they're too married to the ideology to do that, and they're willing to lose in the midterms and lose in 2024 just to appease the progressive wing of the party. And so in the meantime, drag the middle class down into maybe the lower class.
There's only 1 week left for Genucel's summer clearance sale. Now, save over 60% on Genucel's most popular package at Genucel.com. Order today and get Genucel's Dark Spot Corrector free. The Genucel Dark Spot Corrector uses special peptides to visibly reduce the appearance of dark spots, age spots, and yes, even sunspots that summer leaves behind. Genucel has been family-owned and operated since day one. They know times are tough for all of us, and that's why they have not and will not raise their prices on their world-class skincare. That's awesome. Respect and support them. The results are real. Millions of Americans are in love. Genucel guarantees results or your money back. And sign up for Genucel's best-in-class rewards program at checkout for an extra 10% off your order, not to mention a complimentary gift set. Go to Genucel.com/MK60. That's GENUCEL.com/MK60. Enter MK60 at checkout for extra summer savings. And right now, every popular package includes an extra product too. Genucel.com/MK60. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.